This is the 159th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud, and going with the true style and fashion of Gematriona, its thematic motif or its style, it is 951 right now. And Gematriona and the infinity pi matrix, and of course the PL 89 Gematriatic quantum thought calendar goes with permutations and anagrams. So 951 is an anagram or permutation of 159. And this is the 159th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. And it's especially significant now because right now is the midpoint. Yesterday and today were the midpoint because according to the book that was written by Rabbi Aharon Yehoshua Pessin called Taiku, it's a compilation of all the Taikus, which are the unresolved, unanswered questions in the Babylonian Talmud. He wrote this book several years ago. It was published, I'm guessing, around the year 2006. It said, I read the date Tafshin Samach Vav, so I'm guessing it's around that time. I'm not sure if it came out then or it was out for a few years, but anyways, that's a date that I saw. So it goes back a little while. And he put together all the Taikus with other information about it, other statistical information like how many Taikus occur in which tractates, etc. And this is the 159th Taiku according to his book. And this is the middle of the Taiku project because according to his book, there are 317 Taikus in the Babylonian Talmud, starting from Brachot Daf 8a at the bottom until Nida 63, and I don't remember exactly if it's A or B, but 63. And he went through all of them, put them together, and according to that book, there are 317 altogether. Now, half of 317 would be 158 and a half, because 158 times 2 is 316. So today is the 159th. So yesterday I considered it halfway, and today is the other half of the halfway. So right now we just started the month of Kislev, which is very interesting because it started in towards the end of Sivan, which is a mutable month. Sivan is a mutable month in astrology. And so is Kislev. They're mutable. Meaning Gemini and Sagittarius are both mutable. And so if we're halfway now, there's another 158 days, let's just say 157 days, right? So 159 plus 157 equals 316. Okay, so there's another 158 days. Okay. 158 days from today. Alright? Let's go 158 days from today. Is going to be Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. Wow. So 158 days. So it's roughly 5 months from today, May 26th, and this goes exactly with the prediction. Many other things were lined up to complete at that time. It correlated with many things. So it's kind of exciting. It correlates with the end of this. This started. It's going to be 14. God willing, 14 years old at the time. Started in September of 2012, and this will complete. I've finished all three dispensations of the PL 89 Gematriatic quantum thought calendar. And it also correlates with the memorization of a certain amount of digits in the infinity pi matrix. My personal study of pi. Um, so it's quite exciting to have this kind of projection of the future at this stage. But all that to say that all of the projects in this system, whether it's the PL89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar, whether it's the Infinity Pi Matrix and my recitation of pi, or the Taikus, which is this segment. Taikus are the unresolved and unanswered questions to which we must wait for the Messiah. Messiah. Well, let me say it normally. The Messiah, the son of David, and the son of Joseph. Messiah, the son of Joseph, son of David. And the Daf Yomi. Because back in 1923, Daf Yomi was set with the idea of, I think, I remember there was some connotation, some suggestion that it was Geula related, redemption related somehow. And more than that I can't say because I just hear bits and pieces here and there. But anyway, that was a long introduction that we are now at the other half of the half of the Taiku project, which is very exciting. So the 159th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud appears in Tractate Bava Batra, page 62b. By the way, the word 62 in English Gematria equals Mashiach, M-A-S-H-I-A-C-H, Mashiach. It also equals Menachem. It also equals dollar. It also equals Torah. It can go on and on. But anyway, we're on page. The Taiku starts on the bottom of page 62a. Last line. The Taiku is going to be on the top of 62b. A dilemma was raised before the sages. If the seller defined for the buyer only the corners of the field being sold, what is the halacha? Does this mean that he is selling him only the corners of the field, or the entire field marked by those corners? A second dilemma was also raised. Okay, so the first dilemma is a buyer, a seller, wants to sell only the corners of the field. Can he do that? I want to sell you the corners of my field. Probably never happened, probably never will happen, but it's just theoretical. Does this mean that he's selling him only the corners of the field? Or the entire field marked by those corners? Well, I don't see what the problem is. But anytime there's something of sale, there's a contract written, right? And on the contract, it would be specified that. I don't know why they have to ask. Because when someone is paying money for something, they're not going to leave it to chance. That's why I don't understand why this is. Some of these taikus, I don't personally understand why they're actually questions. And those are my own personal taikus. So anyway, that's what they're asking here. Does this mean that he's selling only the corners of the field, or the entire field marked by those corners? Okay. A second dilemma was also raised. If you define the boundaries of the field in a shape resembling the Greek letter gamma, what does that look like? A gamma? Is it like a right angle? What does it look like? The English? Oh no. Yeah. It's a English letter L. Gamma. What does gamma look like? I know alpha, beta, gamma, delta, but I don't remember what it looks like. Gamma. Let's see. Gamma letter. What does it look like? Gamma. Ah, yeah. It's from what I'm seeing here, it's like an upside down L. So a right angle, basically. Yeah. Gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. That's all I remember. Okay. If you define the boundaries of the field in a shape resembling the Greek letter gamma or the English letter L, noting the boundaries onto adjacent sides that meet a right angle, what is the halacha? Does this mean that he is selling him the entire field, or only the triangular plot marked by those boundaries and the diagonal line running from the end of one to the end of the other? Again, wouldn't it be specified when they're buying it? Okay, so now we turn to the top of 62b. B'seirugin mahu teiku. A third dilemma was also raised before the sages. If the seller defined the boundaries of the property he is selling in an alternating fashion, mentioning only some of the fields bordering each side of the field being sold while omitting others, what is the halacha? No resolution was found for these questions, and these dilemmas shall stand unresolved. It's a sirugin, selling in an alternating fashion, mentioning only some of the fields bordering each side. So I guess he's selling pieces of it. Again, when it comes to selling something, it's always specified. If someone's paying money, they always want to know what they're being paid for. And you can answer all these taikus simply by saying, if it's in the contract, it's sold. If it's not, it's not. It's that simple. I don't know why it has to be taiku, but apparently this is the 159th taiku in the Babylonian Talmud, to which we must wait for the coming of the Messiah, son of David, and the Messiah, the son of Joseph, and the Messiah, son of David.